Sometimes I think you Sydney natives that deserve this gorgeous town. You'd appreciate her properly. Certainly you'd treat her nice. Sometimes I think we newbies are your gauges, here to point out just how drop-dead sexy the joint is. And how desperately she needs your protection. Strangely, it took a surprise ticket to Monday's Paul McCartney concert to remind me of this. All you need is love, belted the maestro from somewhere deep inside the homebush wastelands, as if to note that our callow instrumentalism, destroying everything for speed and money, is the only approach to city making. Love. How completely, I thought, we've expunged such romantic idealism from our city, our lives. And what a profound loss it is. Sydney's a wonderful city. McCartney yelled to a packed house. Glorious, unique, but then, the Grand Beetle tossed their next bit over his shoulder. You knew that? Everyone roared. Oh boy, did we know it? Sydney. Glorious. There was much roaring that night, several pyrotechnic encores from the 75-year-old who refuses to act or sound over 50 and much rapturous, 20,000, strong singing along. We were all letting it be, giving peace a chance, waiting for the moment to be free. Then, fully peace-eked up, we poured out into the sultry dark. Out into the war zone that is Sydney. It was a gradient of depacification. Past the Olympic Stadium to be demolished for fewer seats than it had when new, into an extraordinarily inadequate train system, through a city in the grip of a massive knockdown rebuild. Back to our private wealth and public squalor, the exploitation of everything for purposes of nothing, and the acquiescence that has settled on us like smog. Romantic idealism. When E.F. Schumacher wrote Small is Beautiful, when Rachel Carson wrote Silent Spring, when Jane Jacobs wrote The Death and Life of Great American Cities, they were warning against a world of aggressive bigness and sameness. Warning of globalism, yet here we are, eating synthetic food in synthetic buildings, increasingly obese, depressed, excluded, unequal, living it out. We've forgotten their teachings as surely as 8th century peasants forgot the Romans. It's not that we'd crave romantic idealism. Every grainy horse-drawn tram image that cloaks some vast mean-eyed Resi development, every bearded hipster, craft beer, farmer's market, maker's movement, pickling party and broth bar reveals this need for lost belief. Every shoe shop muzaki its way to higher sales with Janis Joplin, Mick Jagger and Leonard Cohen evinces this loss. But somehow the trappings that translate into purpose. When the kids go to work, the beliefs stay home. Indeed, if you Google romantic idealism, it's all about expecting perfection from your lover, which shows just how far we've schlepped down the road of solipsistic narcissism. The movement we now know as the 60s, for all its hedonism, sexual silliness and love not warism, for all its foibles and contradictions, yearned to change the world. It wanted principled change, love, fairness, freedom, respect. It wanted to reinstate history, revere truth, collaborate with nature.